Janhvi Kapoor is locked in an uphill struggle against the relentless grip of her Nepo baby persona. What strategies will she deploy to break free from its clutches? Janhvi Kapoor has done a fair bit of work in the last 5 years, but no matter what movies she does, the conversation around her is always about her famous family. In the early 2000s, the anticipation surrounding Abhishek Bachchan's debut was electric, not merely for his own potential, but for the prospect of witnessing a new Bachchan legacy emerge. With the lineage of two Bollywood icons, Amitabh Bachchan and Jaya Bachchan, audiences rallied behind him out of reverence for his parents. Despite facing numerous setbacks in his initial career ventures, viewers and industry stakeholders alike cradled him through his struggles, enduring a slew of lackluster films until he found his stride with hits under his belt. Fast forward to the present day, and the scenario for a debut by Abhishek Bachchan would likely be starkly different. The era of unbridled adoration and unwavering support seems to have waned, replaced by a more discerning audience landscape. It's doubtful that he would be met with the same fervor and unconditional love as in years past, as contemporary viewers demand more than just lineage to earn their admiration and respect. It is this end of the bargain that has landed in the lap of Janhvi Kapoor. Being the daughter of Sridevi, Janhvi was launched with all the pomp and show that any newcomer could dream of. But this exciting phase of her life also coincided with one of the worst tragedies that could hit anyone. The world lost Sridevi a few months before the release of Janhvi's debut film Dhadak, and there was a wave of support for the newcomer. But even then, Janhvi had made her debut in a world where the word nepotism was thrown around casually and the love for the legacy of her mother soon evaporated. Her next film Gunjan Saxena released when the world was dealing with the loss of Sushant Singh Rajput, and as is well known, the narrative largely propagated by social media at the time dictated that Sushant's death was somehow related to the nepotism in the film industry. In this volatility, there was no way that Gunjan Saxena would have survived. The quality of the film wasn't even the point here, it came at a time when it was going to sink despite that, and so it did. In the subsequent years, Janhvi remained steadfast in her journey, deliberately opting for roles that defied the stereotypical flower pot portrayal often assigned to actresses, a bold move for a newcomer navigating an industry predominantly tailored around male-centric narratives. Despite her discerning choices, typically reserved for the industry elite, she found herself grappling with the weight of her Nepo label, which overshadowed her accomplishments. In ventures like Good Luck Jerry, boasting a formidable ensemble cast including Deepak Dobrayal, Meeta Vashisht, and Sushant Singh, Janhvi showcased her mettle, holding her ground amidst seasoned performers. While not always the standout, her contribution to such projects added depth to her burgeoning filmography. Similarly, in Millie, alongside talents like Manoj Pawa and Sunny Kaushal, Janhvi delivered commendable performances, albeit acknowledging that her vast social media following, nearly 24 million by March 2024, didn't necessarily translate into ticket sales for her films. Her cameo in Zoya Akhtar's segment of Ghost Stories garnered attention, yet in retrospect, it became apparent that Janhvi lacked the fervent fan base capable of amplifying her presence in substantial roles. Instead, she found herself at the receiving end of undue criticism, with detractors quick to pounce on any misstep. Despite the challenges and detractors, Janhvi Kapoor persists, carving her niche in an industry where scrutiny often outweighs appreciation, determined to prove her worth on her own terms. In an interview with Aaj Tak in December 2023, Janhvi broke down as she spoke about the unfair advantage she had over many others as she got an express entry into Bollywood because of her parents, Sridevi and producer Boney Kapoor. "I am her daughter and I can't run away from that truth," she said with tears in her eyes. If it took over 5 years for Janhvi to stop feeling guilty about being her mother's daughter, there is no way that the world would stop punishing her for it. The tag of nepotism casually hangs around Janhvi's name. The moment she misspeaks, or makes a misstep, she is bombarded with a slew of hate messages. But the strange part of it is that Janhvi still gets the attention that she wants, just not for her movies. The scrutiny surrounding nepotism in Bollywood often centers on the inherent privilege bestowed upon industry insiders, a circumstance beyond their control. However, criticism intensifies when they flaunt their advantages in front of those lacking even a fraction of their opportunities, only to squander them. Take, for instance, Janhvi Kapoor's recent remarks about her education at a prestigious acting school in Los Angeles, where she lamented learning nothing, and expressed regret over not delving deeper into her Indian roots. This revelation struck a nerve with many, highlighting the disconnect between privilege and responsibility. The notion of someone possessing ample resources to pursue an expensive education abroad, only to dismiss its value, resonated poorly with potential audiences. Such statements, while garnering attention, further alienate those who struggle to access basic educational opportunities, let alone opportunities abroad. Ironically, even amid the controversy sparked by her comments, they still managed to attract more attention than her film, Millie, underscoring the disproportionate emphasis placed on celebrity narratives over substantive artistic contributions. Indian movies have existed for over 100 years and most of the mainstream industry is still run as a family business. Actors like Sunny Deol, Kajol or even Salman Khan are all products of nepotism, but their successes or failures aren't associated with their parents, despite the fact that they had the same advantages as Janhvi. It is almost as if the audience has accepted the Nepo kids of the past because they have had an emotional journey with them through decades of their movies, but they just can't put in more emotional investment into stories of privilege that are packaged as struggle stories. Actors like Alia Bhatt and Ranbir Kapoor, who are often proclaimed as two of the best actors of their generation, get the Nepo kid tag sporadically, but it isn't permanently attached to them, like it is to Janhvi or her contemporaries like Sara Ali Khan or Ananya Pandey. Throughout her 5-year tenure in the industry, Janhvi Kapoor's films have predominantly found resonance among discerning audiences who appreciate cinema for its intrinsic merits. However, the shadow of nepotism looms over her like an unshakable burden, casting her as a perennial target for online vitriol. Until the fickle winds of social media scrutiny shift their focus elsewhere or another batch of nepotism-laden newcomers emerges, Janhvi remains entrenched in the firing line. The prospect of a single film erasing the cacophony of criticism seems utopian at best, given the entrenched nature of societal biases and online discourse. Yet, amidst the clamor, there remains a glimmer of hope that Janhvi's dedication to her craft and perseverance may one day transcend the confines of her familial legacy, allowing her talent to speak louder than any label ever could. If this video resonates with you, we encourage you to express your support by engaging with us, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our enriching content. Until next time, stay curious and empowered. Furthermore, let's foster dialogue with F3. Feel free to share your queries and passions in the comments for future video conversations on your interests. Your input is invaluable, and we are committed to catering to your interests. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for being an essential part of this voyage, and may the moments ahead overflow with happiness and fulfillment.